What's going on, guys? Once again, we are back. In today's video, we are going to be covering how to day trade options when you have less than 25K in your account. I'm going to be going through the entire process of building a Webull cash account for you guys right now. Alright guys, so the answer to that age-old question is actually a pretty simple one. The first thing you're going to want to do is head over to Webull.com if you are new to trading or just only been using Robinhood or one of the different brokers. This is by far my favorite broker. They have fantastic hours for trading. Webull also has one of the best interfaces in my opinion as far as mobile trading goes, which I know for a lot of newer traders that's really important. So for me guys, I really think Webull is one of the better brokers out there. Now once you get over to Webull.com, you are going to want to either download the mobile or desktop app and go ahead and hit create an account. The first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and enter in all your personal information, so your age, date of birth, etc. You can DM me that information if you want, but just kidding. Please don't do that. I don't want to get arrested.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Then you are going to go ahead and get to the choose an account type screen. And so this is the big important part, guys, and this is what a lot of people seemingly don't know, because this is probably one of the most commonly asked questions I get on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram, right? It's like, hey, like I'd love to kind of learn how to day trade options and, you know, not swinging them, but really day trading and intraday using levels to my advantage. But, you know, they don't have $25,000. And guys, I totally understand that. Right? That is a ton of money for especially younger traders to kind of have to just be day trading with. So I totally get it. And this is, you know, really the best option when it comes to only having, you know, small amounts of capital. So instead of hitting margin account when you are at account type, you are going to go ahead and hit cash account, guys. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow you to have an entirely different type of account that isn't restricted to the same rules that margin accounts are, guys. So to kind of just quickly explain the difference between a margin and cash account, when you sign up for a margin account, guys, if you have over $25,000 in that account, right, you go ahead and have unlimited day trades. You will have access to margin buying power, right, which is a really big thing to kind of understand that concept. When you have a cash account, you are only going to have access to the money that you deposit, and then you are going to be able to trade an unlimited amount of times with that money, right? That will be your settled cash. And this is a really important distinction to understand, right? So say you open an account with $5,000, right? And then when that account is ready to go, you are going to have $5,000 in settled cash, right? So say you make a trade on that first day of that account and you make $500 on that trade using $1,000. You are going to close out that trade for $500 in profit using the $1,000 you entered that trade in, and then you are going to have $1,500 in unsettled buying power, right? So that's just going to be in your cash balance. So the stipulation with a cash account is that you cannot reuse the funds in the same day. However, with Webull, you are going to have access to those funds once again tomorrow because those options settle T+1. So settlement times are a big thing in the trading industry, right? And on a margin account, there is a 2-day settlement time. But with a cash account, when you place that trade with your settled cash and you are trading options, the trade is actually going to settle the very next day.
The next day.
So the next day, right, say you don't make another trade in that account, you'll now have $6,500 in that account of settled cash, and you'll be able to use all of that money as many times as you can, right, until you run out. And then, you know, obviously you'll have to wait till the next day. So that's the biggest difference. However, as a newer trader, guys, I think that is actually really good because that teaches you a lot of discipline. You know, you can't just reuse money over and over again.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Right? That's kind of what the account is designed to do. Compare that to a margin account, guys. If you have $25,000 in that account and you take a trade for $5,000 and you make $3,000 on it, you would then have $28,000 in that account. But you can just reuse those funds again right after that trade if you want to. So that's the biggest difference, is that you can't just go and reuse funds in a cash account on the same day. However, like I mentioned, for me, it was completely worth it, and it was a very transformative part when I switched from a margin to a cash account when I had a smaller account size, because it really allowed me to not be pinned by that 3 day trades a week rule.
Don't let me leave, Murph! No! 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 No!
which is a major crippling factor in a lot of people trying to get to the point where they can actually day trade freely. So guys, the one other facet of a cash account is that if you try to trade stocks, so common shares, right? So say you bought a share of AMC or of Lucid on a cash account and then you sell it on the same day, that stock actually won't settle for 2 days after that. So if you took that trade on a Monday with just common stock, right, like a share, that money wouldn't be available to use until Wednesday. But say you bought a $35 call option on Lucid on Monday and you sell it on Monday, that money is available on Tuesday, right? And you aren't bound by the 3 day trades a week rule. So it does create a lot of flexibility for newer traders, right, that are trying to understand how to scalp and play kind of intraday setups. And honestly, guys, in the market that we are currently dealing with, I feel like it is a major disadvantage to not understand what a cash account is and how to utilize it to your advantage. So guys, in the simplest terms, with a cash account, you can use the money that is in your settled funds to day trade as many times as you'd like within a certain day, and that money will settle the very next day. So if you day trade with settled funds on a Monday and you take, say, 20 trades and you use up all of that money that you had in settled funds, that money will all settle on Tuesday and will be back available to you, plus whatever you made or lost. With a margin account, guys, there's no settlement time, but you are restricted to 3 day trades a week. So that is buying and selling options in the very same day. That's really it at its simplest forms, guys. A lot of people don't know because some of the bigger brokers like Robinhood don't even allow access to a cash account, right? So that's a really big thing. TD Ameritrade and Webull are the 2 reputable brokers that I trust and use. However, I do think the Webull cash account is much more user friendly and the interface is a lot more simple and just easy to understand, which, if you're learning about what a cash account is, you are more than likely a beginner in the space, and that is really healthy for you to have an interface that is going to be more conducive to you understanding how to trade in the first place. All right, guys, I know this process is super confusing when you're new. It was for me. I totally did not understand it, and that's kind of why I made the video today, because I really would have loved if I had someone kind of just break it down in as simple terms as possible. It's a really, truly a grind, but this is a necessary step, in my opinion, in getting to the point where your account is above $25,000 and you just have unlimited day trades. If you just get to that point without any practice, then you're just going to totally psych yourself out and get really nervous, and you're not going to be ready to handle having more than $25,000 in an account. So for me, guys, the cash account was a necessary part of the process. So just remember, guys, this whole entire thing is a process and you just have to work through it. But hopefully this video helped you get there a little bit faster and kind of showed you a little bit of light on what a cash account is and how it can help you day trade without $25,000. Remember, guys, if you're enjoying the videos, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps out the channel a ton. Hope you guys kill it. Peace.